Welcome back to another video with Mufaro and
Joyce.
In this video, we're going to talk about why business plans are trash. Now, I want to be clear here that when I say business plans are trash, I mean it's impossible for you to predict how your business will look like, will operate, and ultimately how profitable your business will be just by putting together some documentation and projections before you even get into the trenches of starting a business. For example, what I see a lot happening, and I've had conversations on sales calls, is people asking me, should I put together a business plan for this home care business? The short answer to that question is absolutely not, because
Why?
half of what you're going to put in your business plan is all speculation. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
That's true though.
It's all speculation. What I advise you to do instead of putting together a business plan is to put together just a basic, simple roadmap to say, this is where I am, this is the final destination that I need to get to, and what are all the things that I need to put together in order for me to get to the final destination.
Okay.
Now,
so give an example.
Now, anything between where you are now and that final destination is relatively fluid because there's so many variables that go into a successful business. Your question is, give an example. Is that what you said?
Give an example.
Sure.
Yes, like what are the things that you need to write down? As you know, like how you have a business plan and then you have things listed down on your business plan.
Sure.
So what are those things that you need to list down on like the roadmap that you're talking about?
Let's use a good example. A good example would be how much people should be charging their clients, right? Let me start by saying this. What most people would do, they would write down a business plan and say, I'm going to start charging my clients $7,000 every single month for my services per patient, as an example. That's what they would do. And then they'll say, if I get 5 clients, that means 5 times 7, that's 35,000 that I could potentially make every single month. What I'm saying is this: instead of you making those projections and getting all excited about potentially making $35,000 a month, you need to say to yourself, how can I research how much everybody else around me, all my competitors are charging, and how can I charge the same and deliver better value? Because remember, people buy value, not services. If they're just buying you just because you're another service, then you become a commodity, because there's nothing different between you and your competitor. That's just a very basic example. That figure out how to improve your services to beat your competition versus just blindly saying, hey, I'm just going to start charging $7,000 a month to my clients.
Oh, okay, so in other words, you have to look at your competitors and see what is it that they are doing and what is it that they are not doing in order to improve the services that they're already providing. So with that will help you to come up with the how much you're going to charge, the price that you're going to charge.
Precisely. That's just one example. The second example is the types of caregivers that you hire, right? Most people would hire like friends, family that are not as qualified.
Because they're trying to cut corners.
Because they're trying to cut corners. What I'm saying is flip that around and say, how do I attract the most expensive caregivers, the best of the best? And how do I pay those caregivers the most amount of money? Because money is the incentive for your workers. So the more you're paying, the more you're going to attract the best of the best, because the best will come to you. That's just an example. Now, the type of caregivers that you have is also fluid. The variable now of keeping them is not only just money, but training as well. And how good are your processes within the business? If your processes within the business, like how to schedule your employees is not smooth enough, those employees are going to get frustrated. They're going to leave.
And then if you don't pay them on time as well.
If you don't pay them on time, they're going to leave.
I've experienced that a lot of time, like where they don't pay you on time and you're like, you know what, I can't keep up with this.
I can't keep up with this. I'm not getting paid on time.
In addition to what you're saying is, okay, there are other ways also of rewarding your employees. Like, for example, say you get all your employees' birthdays and then, you know, surprise them with
some incentives and bonuses.
Bonuses, you know, or gift card, whatever, for their birthdays. And then you can have something like the best employee for the month, and then reward them, give them a gift card.
Yeah.
That's a way of motivating your employees to continue to work for you and also to do a better job, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to feel appreciated.
Additionally, what you'll discover is that putting together a business plan will restrict the way you operate your business, because running a business requires you to make adjustments on the fly as you go, right? Meaning that sometimes you think that, okay, I should be charging $7,000 a month, but what you will discover is the market is willing to pay you $8,000. So your business plan is already obsolete because you've said to yourself, you're only going to charge $7. But if you can charge $8, why not? Charge the most that you can. The only way you would discover that is not through a business plan. The only way you would discover that you can charge $8,000 versus $7 is by being on these sales calls. But you don't get into a sales call from a business plan. Do you get what I'm saying? Another good example of the why business plan is complete trash. No, not complete, but somewhat trash. Is that?
Do you think it? Sorry to cut you
Sure.
short. Do you think it depends with maybe what kind of business? Because I think the business plan works for some businesses.
No, every business.
Really?
Every single business. I'll give you some real life examples that are outside of the home care business. Did you know that Instagram did not start off as an app for pictures and videos like it is? They started off, it was like a dating social network.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how it started. Same thing with YouTube. This is a good example. The way YouTube started was, and you can look this up by the way, it started off with these two guys that wanted to start a dating app, and then that dating app allowed you to send video messages. So you would upload a video message saying, hey, my name is so-and-so. Let's say I'm 30 years old and I'm looking for a husband, I'm looking for a wife and all this stuff. Founders of YouTube, what they discovered is there were other people that were using that same app for stuff that was not related to dating. Like just uploading cat videos. They're uploading videos about family videos, for example,
Yes.
right? And then the founders of YouTube decided to pivot the purpose of that app to switch it to become a general video uploading platform versus a dating platform, is what I'm saying. Okay. So the original business plan was to just be a dating app, but it's evolved into what we have now, which is anybody can shoot a video like we're doing right now and upload content onto YouTube. Just a good example of what I mean by business plans will restrict you from being more flexible later, because what tends to happen is people spend way too much time putting together a business plan only to discover that half of what they planned in their business plan does not work in real life, because it's all based on speculation.
And I look at a business plan like a guidance.
Yes, which is why I'm saying it's better for you to just write a roadmap instead of a business plan. The difference between a business plan and a roadmap is very basic. It just says, this is where I'm at. I just got my LLC. I just started a business. I'm not making money and I want to make money. How do I make money? Maybe I need to get in front of customers. How do I get in front of customers? Okay, maybe passing out flyers or doing Google ads. Okay, out of those two tactics, which one is the best? Okay, let me focus just on the online marketing, which is Google advertising, because passing out flyers is not as efficient.
So, okay, so what about if you have that business plan and also you have the roadmap as well?
Sure.
Depending, okay, forget about home care, but for example, let me say you have like, let me say a building material type of business whereby you sell bricks. I'm just giving an example.
Sure.
Roof tiles.
Mm-hmm.
So the things that you look at is, of course, pricing is part of it. Maybe location,
Mm-hmm.
what your target market is, and all these things that I'm mentioning are part of the business
Plan, yeah.
Yeah, so you're telling me those are not important to her?
They're not as important as you think, because what ends up happening is that you, as a business owner, using the example that you gave, you will have a rough idea of what you think the market would pay for in terms of material, right? The product, the final product.
Yes.
So maybe you will put out 5 different types of tiles. What you'll discover is most people are going to go for the second type
of
are going to like the second out of the 5.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 4 are not as profitable, or not profitable at all. Maybe only one SKU of those tiles is the most profitable. So you have to ditch those 5, which is what I'm saying. You went into the game plan saying, I'm going to produce 5 types, but only one type is what the market needs and wants. The market is going to tell you what they want anyway. This is the biggest problem, right? People get into business with their own view of what they want versus what the customer wants.
It's so true.
Right?
It's so true. It's so true. You could have the best idea.
Yes.
At the end of the day,
it means nothing.
If the market doesn't want what you're providing or the services you're providing, then it's meaningless.
Yeah. Perfect example is even with our business.
Yes.
Right? We have 2 products that we're selling. We're selling a template of policy and procedure manuals that allows for people to what? To be able to input their information, the business name and all this stuff, and then submit those templates, policy and procedure templates, to the state in order for them to get licensed. That's one product. The second product that we're selling is what?
The online course.
The online course, yes, that teaches you how to
start your home care business
from scratch. Mm-hmm. That teaches you how to hire,
yes,
teaches you how to do sales, yes, gives you a website, and also teaches you how to do marketing. What are people buying the most?
People are buying the templates most.
People are buying the templates.
Yes.
But we couldn't have discovered that until we got into the business. Yes. That majority of the people overwhelmingly are buying the templates versus the course. Yes, there's some people that are trickling in for the course, but the overwhelming majority are buying the templates. We wouldn't have known that until we got into the business. But when we're doing the business roadmap that I mentioned to you,
yes,
we just had this idea that maybe people would buy the course, yes, and we were somewhat right.
Yes,
because some people bought the course and are still buying, but the majority of people are buying the templates. That's the point I'm trying to make. We put in more effort into the course and the least effort into the templates, and the templates are selling way more.
It's so true.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what you will discover also in your business. It's like you might get into this business and say that, hey, I'm going to focus on dementia patients. But what you'll discover is that the people that will be calling you for your services are asking, hey, I just got out of the hospital from a hip surgery, yes, and I just need somebody to help me around the house. But I don't have dementia. But maybe you get most of those calls about
this kind of patients.
People who just got a hip replacement.
Yes.
Then what that means is like you have to scrap your business plan. You have to pivot to what the market wants, which is out of hospital patients, whatever. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying don't do a business plan, by the way. This is not what I'm saying. You're going to waste a lot of time doing a business plan. Instead, you put together a basic, simple roadmap that says, this is where I am, this is where I'm trying to go. What are all the ingredients that I need to put in to the process in order for me to get from A to Z? That's it. Now, if you're interested in starting a business, if you're really serious, give us a call. Links below for you to schedule a call. And also we have the templates that allow for you to just fill them out and be able to be approved by a state. All the links below, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you.
Have a good day.